Welcome back. Love Boat Project, episode 74. I'm your host, Mike Taylor. As always, with me, my co-host, Ahoy Mike Robertson. How are you?
Hey, Mike.
Sir?
Interesting. Do you think that this episode was the main guest cast you knew the least?
Well, it's funny you say that. I don't want to spoil the punchline.
Okay.
For the most part, yes.
I will say the only thing that I think, and I did not do an intense dive on the IMDb this week, the only thing that I have ever seen any of our portaled people in
Right.
ever was like 4 months ago when I saw Britt Eklund on The Muppet Show.
See?
And that was it. So does that make a difference in this episode? Does that make a difference in the episode? I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, Vicky did have a Miss Piggy poster in her room, so maybe there is.
That's true.
Sort of, I don't know.
No, that'd be great crossover. I wonder if we'll get a crossover
with the Muppets.
We've yet to
go on the Love Boat.
Yeah, I think that we've yet to have the other way yet. Now we have taken a break. We have taken a break in the Muppets here with the 2-year-old. We've moved on to the Sesame Street, but we'll get back. So I have learned I've met a lot of our favorite stars over at the Muppets this run.
We're here today to talk about the Love Boat Season 3. According to IMDb, this is episode 26. According to Paramount Plus, this is episode 24. Can we get this together next season?
And it's the 23rd episode that we've done this year. Yeah.
Can we just agree? Episode titled Vicky's First Love, The High Cost of Loving and Accident Prone. The High Cost of Loving, Accident Prone. Really short, to the point titles this week.
I didn't even. That's funny. I think the High Cost of Loving. I think I just didn't even really look for the title this week on that one. So
I knew I wrote it, but I never thought about it again after I wrote it. I guess.
Yeah. The titles are becoming less. I don't know why this is the case. The titles are becoming less. I'm just becoming less aware of the titles. I don't know why that is the case, but I just don't think about them that much.
Maybe it's the outstanding storytelling is distracting you from the who cares.
That's true.
The title in the story.
That's true. Strong. Don't judge a book by its cover, Mike.
Never. Original air date, Saturday, April 5th, 1980. What else is on? We got a repeat on NBC at 8 o'clock. BJ and the Bear. Kane's Cruiser. Sheriff Kane decides that the best way to pay for his expensive new police cruiser is to arrest BJ and fine him for transporting illegal aliens through the county. Ripped from the headlines.
I remember that one. We talked about that one earlier. I remember that. That felt very unethical of Sheriff Kane.
Very unethical. Let's go to CBS at 8 o'clock. And funny, it's the Tim Conway Show. This week's special guest, Melba Moore.
Hey, potential Stubby nominee, Melba Moore.
Interesting. Today I was looking at watching something on YouTube, and I found Tim Conway's very first appearance on the Tonight Show after he won an Emmy for the Carol Burnett Show. And it was almost a perfect talk show appearance. The way it was just great. It was just great. He'd known Johnny for years. It was Johnny's 16th year on the air. And he's like, why didn't you ever come on the show? And Tim Conway said, I didn't know this is what you did. He's like, you do this every night. It was a very dry. It was fantastic. Apparently it is
funny. Yeah, I don't
all the time.
That's so interesting because it's like, how many times did you actually ever hear Tim Conway as Tim Conway, right? That's always the thing with those guys.
He was barely Tim Conway. He was very, always in some sort of
shtick.
Yeah. Every interview I've ever seen or heard, he's always on. Like, it's hard to get a real earnest.
It's kind of like us. Like, people wouldn't believe how we are off air. So much different.
Yeah.
What? Well, Ernest? No, Ernest won't be on this thing, right?
No, he's never showing up here. ABC at 8 o'clock. It's a special, Mike. The Easter Bunny's coming to town.
Oh, I didn't even think about it being Easter.
Big night for ABC. Fred Astaire narrates an animated explanation of many Easter traditions, including jelly beans. I don't know what kind of explanation those need. Colored eggs and Easter parades. Jelly, is it like
how long is this?
made?
4 minutes?
It's an hour. It's an hour.
Thank God they got Fred Astaire to explain to us about why parades exist.
Well, and they're all animated. He just narrates it. It's all animated for an
Oh,
hour.
wow. That is
Good thing the Tim Conway show and a BJ and the Bear repeat was on. He could have avoided this completely.
Well, happy Easter, everybody.
Yeah.
I guess we just missed Maudie Thursday.
I think so. Let's move to the 9 o'clock hour, directly up against the Love Boat. NBC at 9 p.m. I'm saving the best for last here. Sanford, dinner at George's. Fred treats Evelyn to dinner at an expensive restaurant, then learns she secretly paid most of the bill.
Oh, bet you Fred hates that.
Episode directed by
Steven Spielberg.
Jr.
Oh, wow. Was not expecting that.
I didn't either.
The Candyman?
As shocked as you were. Here's sort of the highlight of what else is on this week. CBS at 9 p.m. Hawaii Five-0. An episode called Woe to Woe Fat, the series finale.
That's
we were
right.
just talking about this.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was right away.
The 80s, because I believe they were like 67,
68, I think, when I looked last week. Yeah, so it is got to be dated as hell in 19. I guess the only thing is Hawaii, maybe you can get away with it looking the same. Like Hawaii could be less time relevant if they shot certain spots, I guess.
It's the same weather. It's
right.
It's weather-wise, it's Groundhog Day.
But I mean, we talked about it a lot, like when Dano was on, and it's I would have guessed Hawaii Five-0 ended in 1975.
I would imagine it's well past its prime. No offense, I don't know, but you know how these things go.
Dano will be back, I think, before we're done this season.
Oh, that's right. Episode synopsis: to investigate the disappearance of 3 scientists.
Oh no!
McGarrett disguises himself as one of their colleagues. Was he put on like a white jacket,
horn rim glasses? Talks like, he just does Shelley Hack. He just does Shelley Hack bits. So.
Look at that nerd drinking water. He just nobody's drinking water, and I've never seen anyone drink water.
What's the bit when the Scarecrow gets the brain at the end? He just does that. He's just doing classic Bulger.
Just calculus. Ray Bulger's. You're welcome to calculus. Yeah. He disguises himself as one of their colleagues and finds himself in a final showdown against his evil nemesis, Woe Fat.
That's how you end those shows. That's how you do it. I wonder if he kills Woe Fat, or I wonder if they become fast friends. It's like the end of Casablanca.
Or they both die. It's one of those
there you go.
things.
Well, I know they have TV movies. I don't know if Jack Lord, I actually don't know how long Jack Lord hangs around, or what Jack Lord did after Hawaii Five-0. So,
I did hang around. I've been here for 13 freaking years. 12 years. Enough's enough.
Wonder if we'll see Jack Lord on the boat. He doesn't strike me as the kind of guy that would be on the boat.
I don't think he would be on the boat. I don't think now. Maybe younger.
Well, he's dead now, and there's no Love Boat. But I mean, yeah.
Those are 2 small hurdles. I'm an optimist, Mike. All right? I'm sorry.
Never say never.
Guest stars this week. You brought up Britt Eklund. She plays Karen Ellison. First appearance on the Love Boat. We'll see her again in season 5. Swedish film, stage, and television actress.
She was Swedish.
Yeah, I know. It's so subtle. The tiniest.
Well, it was so.
She had Swedish fish coming out of her pocket.
But it was that thing where it was like, we've seen both versions of that, right? We've seen like actual people with the actual accent, and then we've seen like who was the French war woman who was from New Jersey. It was like so.
Yeah. Alan Feinstein is Tom Barry. You're going to hear this a lot in the next couple minutes. First and only appearance on the Love Boat. Next, Steve Canally as Mr. Massey. They never gave him a first name.
Well, you know what's funny?
Hmm.
I think he tried to tell Julia's first name at the very beginning, but like it just got
He looked up and
frantic.
realized that she was a
Yeah.
woman. I understand that completely. Run, sir. Part of it, totally get.
Yeah, you and Massey, two peas in a pod.
Oh, yeah. So much to talk about. I'd be like, sir, I don't want to hear that. Come on. First appearance in the Love Boat. We'll see him again in a season 6 two-parter. He played the role of Ray Krebs on Dallas for a total of 289 episodes. Wow.
I feel like I recognized him a little bit, but I just have the most superficial Dallas knowledge.
Yeah, I don't have much past Patrick Duffy. That's
yeah, but 289 episodes of Dallas. I mean, I'm sure I saw it at some point, but I will say this about that guy. I don't think he was bad. I don't know that was the optimal type of person for that role.
No, I agree. I thought
a little bit younger, a little bit more comedic. I don't know. It was like
any more comedic, just some comedy. I think you could have.
I couldn't tell how serious I was supposed to take it, and he was clearly playing it for laughs. But it was fine. But he wasn't the right guy for that. I have to think about who was, but it wasn't him.
You can pick the big wigs easily, but I think this would be a good. I think this would have been a good Billy Crystal.
Yeah.
Had he not been, I could see him doing that. But more about that when we get into this. We don't want to. I did want to mention not portaled, not Kearnsed, but we see Byron Morrow as Mr. Massey's attorney. This is an uncredited appearance in the Love Boat, but here's what's weird. He's back next week in a credited role. And that's his last appearance in the Love Boat. I thought that was weird.
Well, that explains why he showed up this week, I guess.
He just showed up early? Is that what it was?
Maybe the guy who was supposed to play Massey's attorney didn't show up.
He was hoping that Rex Smith wasn't going to show up. That's what it was. Speaking of, Rex Smith is Mark Redding.
What a complicated role this was.
Talk about heavy lifting, Hamlet-esque. Let me tell you about this, because I recognize this guy.
Okay.
From a show from my youth that I'll get into. It's his first and only appearance in the Love Boat. There was a show. He was the star of a show in 1985, I believe it was on maybe NBC. It's called Street Hawk. Do you remember Street Hawk?
I do not remember Street Hawk, no.
About the title, right? It lasted 13 episodes and was canceled. Street Hawk is an all-terrain attack motorcycle designed to fight urban crime.
Oh,
it's
no.
Capable of speeds up to 300 miles an hour. That's not even really.
That also seems like it would cause more urban problems than solve them.
Yeah, and has immense firepower.
Oh, great.
Jesse Mock, played by Rex Smith, an ex-motorcycle cop, is recruited to uphold justice by driving a powerful motorcycle named Street Hawk.
Oh my God, I want to look this up.
You should see this one. I remember this one.
Wow, I do. How did I miss that? That feels like a 7-year-old me would have been all over this giant motorcycle.
Well, this and Manimal, give me that all day long. So, Manimal, he was like.
What almost feels like
he would turn into a panther.
It almost feels like a live action. It feels like more like a live action, like Mask or GoBots. Or something like that.
If you're driving 300 miles, and I remember they would speed up the film Mr. Massey style. Like if he was going, let's hit the accelerator. Like there's no way. If he hits a pebble at NASCAR cars, like Formula One cars only go like 220, 230. Like stop it. He's just.
Does it say? Do you remember what city it was?
I don't know. We'll have to tune in.
What city was it?
Seems like. I mean,
that's
going to be one hell of a pilot. They're only going to say it once, like in the first sentence of the pilot. And that's it. And then the last episode, just to keep that info from you. Episode synopsis, Street Hawk. Latest comment. Vicky develops a crush on a rock star. I don't know about rock star. I'll use that loosely here. A man in a cast from a traffic accident runs into the woman who had hit him. And a man paying high alimony tries to avoid every woman he meets.
Was it alimony?
Well, I'll get to that in a second.
Okay. Yeah.
But he just needed the form. It should have been something about the form instead of.
Well, they don't want to give away that intricate plot point.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Oop, spoiler alert. Ding, ding, ding.
When we get to the actual introduction of that storyline, there was something that I missed the first watch and caught this morning when I was watching it. Yeah, that I'm and I'll be curious to see if you know the famous cultural piece that came after that. So
I didn't, but now, so all right, let's get on the boat here.
Yeah.
So we begin this week outside of the boat. You know, we always love when we start outside of the boat.
True.
In the taxi parking only section of the dock. And I don't think this is a taxi anyway, a gentleman exits the passenger seat. That's not a taxi, but maybe they're not parked. So we'll let it
maybe
go.
It's like, remember when right before the pandemic, when Uber drivers would ask you to sit up front because they were getting nailed at like airports and stuff. Maybe it's that.
Tampa. That's what they did. They were like, if
that's
you
right.
They ask, say I'm your cousin.
Oh, that was huge in Tampa, which was so funny because we had like a 5-minute ride. But yeah.
I thought it took longer for him to explain what I needed to do than
you could have walked into the airport from my house. Yes.
He's like, wait, I'm not done telling you. I'm like, I know, but
I'm here.
Weird. Ubers are weird in Florida. I don't know how this works.
Everything's weird in Florida.
Gentleman exits this vehicle. It's Mr. Massey. I'll just go ahead and tell you that now. Another gentleman exits the driver's seat and they walk towards the ship's entrance together. Mr. Massey tells this other gentleman he needs to get away. Turns out this gentleman's his lawyer, and he warns him about falling in love after the Lee Marvin decision.
Yep.
The Lee Marvin decision. Let me just talk about this. So the Lee Marvin decision, it established the right of partners in non-married relationships to sue for a division of property, aka alimony.
Yep.
So that's what this whole thing is about. So the lawyer's saying, here, look, I'm going to give you a release for any potential lady to sign. And he pats the guy on his shoulder and tells him to enjoy himself.
Now, Mike,
yeah.
Do you know the famous comedy piece that was born from the Lee Marvin alimony decision? After this happens,
right,
Saturday Night Live does a weekend update. And they're talking about Lee Marvin and I can't remember her name. It was like a French name or something like that. But they're going back and forth. And they did a point counterpoint with Dan Aykroyd and Jane Curtin. And you may remember it because it starts with the famous line, Jane, you ignorant slut.
Yeah. That actual line the other day.
That's what that is from, because it was basically behind every woman is a good man, or behind every man is a good woman, but you wouldn't know about that because there's no saying about what's behind a piece of crap and all that stuff. So, but anyway, it was funny. I knew about the story and I knew about it through the Saturday Night Live bit, right. But it was funny.
It must have been a huge thing.
It's pretty topical. It's pretty current topical for Love Boat. And
good for them.
Well, I immediately went and looked to see who wrote this thing, because in my mind I was like, oh boy, here we go, all the old white divorce guys. Oh, geez. But it was not
Al Schneider and
it was not it was just a person. It was just like an initialed person, and I think it was a guy. It was a guy, but yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
Before we get too far, there were 4 writers of the 3 storylines this week combined. How many total episodes of The Love Boat had they written before this week?
Oof. I'm going to say 0.
1,
because it didn't feel. It felt a lot. It felt very different this week. They were doing, and it was the person who wrote this one. That makes sense.
And the one they wrote before was the Joe Namath one. So,
you know what? I could totally see that. There's some parallels.
So,
like, they know each other. Those guys,
yeah. But at this,
C or vitamin D, whatever.
Already at this point in the storyline, especially after the last couple months of episodes that we've had, I had my backup. I'm like, oh, is this going to be one of those like women are money grubbing devils
didn't
and
know
all
what.
that? So I was very worried that we were going to get that.
Yeah, I was a little. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
definitely worried for the same reason.
Yeah.
On the ship, we see a man on crutches with what looks like a cast on his leg. He explains that he got in a car accident with some crazy lady driver. Aren't they all, Mike? Not my words. Not my words.
I'm just talking about Tom
Just
Davis.
talking about Tom, just his analysis. Bricker tells him to call him if he needs anything. It's a good job there.
Thanks, Doc.
What do you need?
Well, he did need something. He had to get his cast adjusted later.
That's not a thing. I was.
People are. This is 2 weeks in a row now where people have pre-existing injuries and they are going to Bricker. This is what we want. He doesn't like it. He's got extra work now.
He's trying to play chess. He doesn't have time for this nonsense. Too many brains to check out. Blonde woman enters the ship and Isaac trips over her suitcase. The man on crutches, Tom, turns around and he sees that the blonde woman is the same woman that caused the car accident.
Of all the gin joints.
Come on. They both yell at each other and then they leave for their cabins.
Local bus this week.
Oof. Isaac, welcome aboard the hate boat.
We will get to that. I am over the self-referential love boat crap. I am done with this.
Selling, like cologne. Like, what are you guys doing with this brand?
Unearned. Just have an episode where it becomes your title and then we can move on. But this is ridiculous.
You don't refer to yourself with your own nickname.
Are you guys watching the show? Like,
it's just weird. Like it's only season 3, right?
It's only these last, it's like these last 5 episodes too. It's like somebody made a decision like at Christmas that this was going to be what they were going to do.
Themselves. Like, yeah, no, that's not the point of this.
It feels like, you know what it feels like? The hubris boat.
That was for the boat, not for you.
Okay, we got to explain that.
Yeah, sorry. That was for the boat. Not for your comment. I'm just booing the boat at this point. Mr. Massey's boarding the ship. Instead of asking Julie to help him, which he starts to, he leaves and asks Vicky. Julie stares at him without blinking while Vicky finds his cabin number. Uh-oh, Julie. We're not off to a good start.
Well, I mean, to be fair, this guy's got everything.
He's checking every box.
He's older. He's got money. He doesn't have any interest in her.
He likes to carry books around. He likes giant glasses of orange juice. He likes to row. There's a lot of things.
Oh, he loves rowing. Was this the Dad Gale Regatta?
He loves movies.
Oh.
Julie asked Vicky why he was ignoring her, and Vicky tells her that he likes younger women. Good one.
Bazinga.
Julie sees rock star Mark Redding. I can't stand this guy. Mark's just, it's just, ugh.
The Lost Redding? You don't like Mark Redding?
It's his hairstyle, number one.
It felt a little outdated.
I did look right. So this person who's gonna, Vicky's gonna have a little crush on. Vicky's 15. The actor that's playing Mark Redding at this moment is 25 in this thing. I had a real problem with the age difference and like the go ahead.
The other thing is Jill Whaling is 15.
Right.
Vicky has never been like referenced more than like 12.
No.
Like, they made some choices, and especially in the context of the last 2 episodes being Vicky, heavy episodes, including the one where, they decided she could stay on the boat. So.
It was a thumbs up, thumbs down type. Well, you know what they did? The biggest change, and I made a note of it later on. Last week, I mentioned, hey, in her room, I saw 2 posters. One of Miss Piggy and one of like a giant picture of a photo of a kitten, right? What says 12-year-old like a kitten? Mike, that kitten poster was gone this week. And in its place, the Bee Gees. And I think Peter Frampton. She grew up in one weekend day and 5 work days. I don't know what happened in that week. But you know, it wasn't even that. Like, I'm trying to be funny, but at the same time, I thought the encouragement. Sure, go ahead. You can stay out late. Sure, like no one was like, "Hey, he's in his 20s."
Well, you know what?
Like what? It was weird.
So you're not. So we did a good job of avoiding talking about what we actually thought about this episode.
Yeah,
because we haven't talked about it. This episode is an island of misfit toys in terms of like this. None of this should work.
No,
I think it does, but I understand where you wouldn't. And overall, I will say it does. The biggest problem they had was they did not land the plane with the Mark. Oh, misunderstanding eyes, you know, from the mouth of the babes kind of stuff. Like,
right.
It came off very hitting on a child in parts, and then some of the crew, you know. But then I feel like they did a great job with other parts of it. So it was a weird one. It was strange. The whole thing was strange from Jump Street, including when Steubing is talking to Mark, and then they come over, and Julie. It made more sense later, right? Julie doesn't know that he's on the boat, which means he's not hired help this week. Julie would know, right?
Oh,
so that's the first. Well, she gave him a real half-ass introduction too. Well, so
considering the performance, he sort of, you know, depth of the lyrics. I can't wait to get to that.
Disagree. Strong disagree. I got my engraver out, sir. But we'll get to that.
Funny. It all rhymes too. That's a sweet engraving when they all rhyme.
So woman tender. But it was funny. So Mark comes over and Steubing introduces him, and Julie's like, "Nice to meet you." And he's like, "Call me Mark," which means somebody was supposed to say, "Hi, Mr. Redding." And they didn't. So just barrel right through. So
Steubing tries to introduce Vicky to Mark, but she's a stuttering mess. Steubing, and this is where I thought it was weird. So Steubing asked Vicky to take Mark on a tour of the ship. At this point, it's not a little weird, but like,
well, it's weird in the sense of we've talked about this. There's no worse time to take a tour of the ship than when a bunch of people are getting on the ship.
I was going to say they're all boarding. Like, what do you?
Everyone's in the hallway.
We don't have to do everything right now. Yeah. You know, captain's table. We just set up a captain's table as people come in. Like, it's just there's too much going on. Let me get to He hasn't even been to his room yet.
Right.
Vicky hands Julie her clipboard, and the tour has begun. We do get a ticker tape scene, but no Jerry Stiller.
No Jerry Stiller. They finally fixed that one.
Give me one more. You know,
I think we're officially a year. This is like the year anniversary of Jerry Stiller's appearance. So maybe it runs out after a year.
So sad. I wish he was back this season.
He'll be back. He'll be back though, but not this season.
Good. Tom is sitting by the pool, and his cast is being signed by a few ladies.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I mean, look at you, Tom.
That's got to be.
What's up? That's got to be.
I've never had a cast, luckily, and I've certainly never had a 1980 cast. That cannot be pleasant in the hot sun.
Mine happened in the summertime. Yeah, it's bad. The itching, and it was up to like just below the knee.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And you would have loved being stuck on a cruise ship and having a bunch of strange women come over to you.
I wouldn't have gone on the cruise with a broken leg. I don't know why.
Well, what if you had gotten a ton of insurance money in a settlement?
Or you didn't really get any physical money yet. You just somehow.
I'm sure it's fine.
But you don't have.
I'm sure it's fine.
People are trying to pull some financial garbage.
I'm sure it's fine.
Oh yeah. That's good.
And plus, if it's not fine, it's not like you'll find out about it till after the cruise is over. That'd be weird.
They're like,
what are they going to call you on the phone?
They should have like a big guy, but like on the way out, and be like, "Let me just check the records. Make sure. Did you pay?" Well, they don't have computers. That's it.
They should have a. It should be like when you leave Walmart or Best Buy or something like that. There's just somebody like
you check a receipt.
Yeah,
or like the reverse of a bouncer, like a reverse of an exit man checking all your stuff before you leave.
Your punishment is you have to take another week of cruise.
Yeah, you can't go anywhere. Guess what? More not slow sacks for you people. Enjoy.
I can't believe you're crapping on that musical performance already. You look at it and sing the whole thing to start the show. Don't think I don't know the lyrics.
That's why I wrote them down. I was like, aha, touche.
Don't think there's not a 2-minute YouTube video saved in my Love Boat Project folder.
Oh no. Well, it's funny as it like thinking about the song, like there weren't a lot of musical numbers this season, but boy, the ones we had were doozies. That is going to be a entertaining category in the Stubbies this year. Like any song is essentially just
there's not a well, it sounds like for your perspective there's not a clear winner. I may disagree, but we'll see.
Well, it depends on the viewpoint. I think I know who should win, but I don't know if they will win, but we'll see. Karen walks up, grabs a pen to sign the cast, and Tom is having none of this. Karen said she'd rather be friends with Frankenstein. Tom says at least his parts were replaceable. Not a bad comeback. I got to say, not a bad comeback to a Swedish put down about Frankenstein. Isaac, I mean, right? Like it's not even.
It wasn't like Frankenstein in IKEA, was it?
No, it's Frankenstein's like German. Like, what? Do something like. Oh, I'd rather be friends with, and schmookish. You know what I mean?
What about the guy that Gopher played earlier in the season? I'd rather be friends with that guy.
Whatever he was snacking
Umlaut.
on. That word.
Umlaut.
Yeah, umlaut. I'd rather be friends with umlaut. Would make sense. Isaac suggests that they separate. Tom and Karen both leave after each of them almost tripping as they walk away. All right.
And again, let me just say, at this point, I'm a little burned from the last few months. I'm like, okay, so this is just going to be this the whole time.
Well, so was I. I was ready to be upset about it.
Right.
Open mind, blank sheet of paper, just trying to go in open minded. Yeah. Mr. Massey is reading a book. Julie approaches because she can't handle rejection, and Mr. Massey, because she's like, she really wants to go. What's wrong with me? Why did you want? It's going to be that doc thing. Why don't you look at me like you look at the? Oh no, poor Julie. Julie approached.
It was very much like Courtney Stuving shoving that pillow under that guy's head.
Oh. I mean, I think Mr. Massey. It took less time for him to make his exit than he did the pillow guy. The guy took a beating for a while.
It's true.
Julie approaches Mr. Massey and wants nothing to do with her and gets up and I'm out of here. Mark invites Vicky to meet him by the pool after their ship tour. Vicky sees Stubing as she's going to go prepare, and Vicky's question, were you older than Mom? He said, it usually works better if the man is older. This is when I started getting scared right here. Yours was the other one. This was mine right here. I was like, are they really going to be completely blind about this age difference thing? Like, where are we going? I didn't know what was going to happen.
Well, I had a couple things with this. So first of all, this tour went on so long that Stubing had time to get changed to put his fat boy shorts on. So.
He did. He loves those shorts. He loves the socks more than the shorts, but yeah.
When Vicky asks about the age difference between, Mom and him, I started doing the math on Stacey Stubing. I don't know why I didn't put together right away. I was just like, I was doing the wrong. I forgot about Georgina.
So did I.
So, yeah. R.I.P.
Mr. Massey's getting a drink at the bar. Doc and Isaac encourage him to notice some of the beautiful women aboard, but he declines. He goes on to explain his situation to Isaac and Doc. He shows them, weird move, he shows them the canceled check.
What, you never?
What was it? Like 400 grand or some ridiculous.
It was almost 500 grand. It was like 489 grand. This guy is so rich, and he's on this stupid boat.
Slumming it on this crap boat. No offense, but I mean,
you're on the same boat with the guy who's paying for it with a car wreck settlement.
And if I'm Mr. Massey, I'm not getting on a boat with a bunch of poors with casts on their legs. Like, you better get out of here.
Plus, it's like that.
It doesn't make sense.
Well, it's that thing too, where it's like this guy is, spoiler maybe, a horn dog. This guy can't look at a woman. Like, no wonder the attorney tried to step in front of it. Now, the attorney shouldn't have let him get on the boat.
No, you don't let that dude get on a boat.
That piece of paper is not going to stop him.
No,
So.
that's so. Or you go with them, like the Colonel Clink, like a
Well, he
manservant.
comes. Maybe that's why he comes back next week. He's looking for. He's
is
cleaning
true.
up the
Maybe
mess.
He's the manservant for
Yes.
Mr. Massey's brother, same as Mr. Massey.
I hope he plays the attorney again and no one will care. It's just like, wait, are you Mr. Massey's attorney?
He tells me he keeps the canceled check there because it's a reminder that there are other things in life besides girls.
They saved it. They did save it. They did save it with that, though. That would at least be a reason that you would have it. Fun. Otherwise, it was psychotic. So
it's just a weird, like, rich brag. Like, look at this.
Look how much money I can afford to give away.
Oh, and Mr. Massey leaves with his book.
Well, you missed the homophobia in there too, because at first he was like, I like men, and Doc and Isaac were just like.
That's the second time that's come up in 2 weeks. Where it was a weird.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned that we're going to start getting into the casualness of that. We haven't really had any of that.
It was just weird how they.
But it's not like the Reagan era is going to make that less less acceptable.
No.
So,
well, wait, 80? When was the big? The Ryan White, like, was that early?
No, that's 90s. That's 90s. No,
that's 90s?
That's 90s. I mean, the AIDS epidemic is going to be happening during this show, but we're not going to be seeing anything about that.
Was the Matrix thing? Was that 90?
91.
91.
Yeah. So,
yeah. Interesting.
And again, this is harmless stuff, but it is that thing where you do notice it.
They dance around it a little.
It's
to see it touched on in that way. Karen standing on deck when Isaac is walking by with a tray of drinks. You know what's going to happen.
Nothing good.
Karen bumps into him. Drinks go flying. She apologizes. Isaac tells her to stand there and let him get a 10-second head start. She starts to walk away and almost trips over a chair.
These two. Man, these guys are like me. Just walking around, falling over everything, knocking into stuff.
We've said a lot, or I've said a lot about the lack of beefy roles for Isaac on a week-to-week basis.
Right? Yes.
And he did have a lot of things this week, but I still felt like this was just kind of... It was fine, but I still wish that there was more for Isaac.
There are essentially three things you can do as one of the cast members, right? You get an actual storyline that is about you.
Right.
Which was like Vicky this week.
Right.
You get something where it's not your storyline, but you are involved a lot, sort of like Julie was in the Vicky storyline this week.
Mm-hmm.
Or you're just kind of popping in with your little, like Gopher got less than Isaac did this week, right?
Yeah.
And I think they just haven't really ever found the balance with everybody. I've said it a million times. Isaac had a couple bartending scenes this week.
He actually poured a drink this week.
Right. That part was great, and I'm fine with that every week. But the problem has been he has not had like Isaac episodes. Well, I think he's got one coming up, but yeah.
I think next week is actually one.
Yeah, but him and Julie both.
Episodes left for this season. I'm saying we can safely say now, even if there's one with him in it, the next one, it's been very light on the Isaac storylines this season.
Yeah, and you had said it about Vicky joining, and I don't think it was egregious until egregious makes it sound bad. It was just the weird spacing of the 3 Vicky episodes all in a row. And it was like
one ball to share. Like,
right.
Why?
Well, and it was like most of Gopher's stuff was all in a pretty small, like middle of the season kind of thing. Julie had everything early. I think there's a better way to balance it where it doesn't feel like that, but also they've never really landed the plane in terms of what they want the show to be, cast versus guest stars.
Because then it's all up to those writers too.
Right.
Say you have these writers that have never done an episode, not saying their take is wrong, right, whatever, but maybe they're not going to be as crew heavy. Maybe it's going to be more focused on that individual storyline that, the main focus is the guest star. And that's kind of how it, I guess there's a balance of both.
And the funny thing is I genuinely liked this episode, but you would think with a lower star power episode, you would go crew heavy. And I would say the Vicky storyline was pretty crew heavy, but I think we're just kind of like, if there's 25 episodes in a season, everybody on the cast should get 3.
I agree.
Actual ones, right? Like that's not hard. So,
and if that's what they get, to your point a second ago, spread them out, man.
Yeah.
Like enough with the Vicky heavy. Again, she's a new full-time cast member this season, so it's like slow down a little bit.
I'd be curious to go through, and it probably wouldn't take that long to do it, to kind of plot out this season in terms of like how many, who had what episodes, right?
Right.
Like, and just to see what the math is, because like Isaac had the Rosie Greer thing, which wasn't really even his, and like, am I not remembering one? Like, it's just, he just hasn't had a lot of those, so, which is weird.
No, yeah, it's just. And again, here he's got a lot of, quick one-liners. I'm all about him. I'm all about seeing him, being that guy to give out advice.
It can be both
in one of the bars, but you got it.
Yeah,
it's just interesting. He's an original cast member. You can't do that.
And every one of his quote-unquote Isaac episodes is really, really good.
Yes, that's the thing. That's just like.
Yeah. Honestly,
he even said after that the ones that basically his friends wrote for him were Doc and Gopher.
Honestly, for the most part, I would say the irony is some of the worst solo episodes, or whatever you want to call it, were Doc ones. But for the most part, when they give somebody the ball for a week, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I agree.
So, but who knows? I think maybe this also goes to the fact that their feedback is that people love the guest stars, and so don't go crazy with all these crew focused storylines.
I mean, they show the guest stars portals first. Maybe that's the whole thing. Maybe that's, some people's take is like, oh, that, we got to push these guests. Who knows? But
yeah.
I'm sure it's a mix of the two. I just, it's just weird.
If it's the worst problem we have at this point, I'm not worried about it, but it is noticeable. So
we see Tom and Doc's waiting room, and Karen walks by the open door. They talk about how accident prone they both are. Tom asks her to sign his cast in Swedish. He just assumes she's Swedish, huh? And she writes something in Swedish. Translation: do you want to have dinner tonight? Whoa, right? Slow down.
That escalated quickly.
Yeah, whoa. Tom agrees and tells her.
Well, it's just like they basically were. What was the impetus to change the fighting to dating? Like nothing really happened in between.
All she did is see him in a room, sitting there with his cast that he's had on the whole time. I don't know what. Except this time he doesn't have a sock on.
Doc's office lighting.
Yeah. Tom agrees. He's going to pick her up at 8. Karen goes to leave and almost walks right into the door, which is kind of funny because if you go back to remember the Jinx episode when Doc walked right into the door with those people that survived that shipwreck. Because I feel like
it was Bulger.
Jinxes. Yeah, wait.
Yeah, Bulger had that great door.
That was a good door one.
Should have been a stubby winner.
Damn it! Wow.
There's always room for the governor's award.
Lifetime Achievement Award, Video Vanguard. Mr. Massey's trying to read his book by the pool. Julie decides to lead some sort of exercise class next to him. What?
You mean Jane Fonda?
What is this? What is this? They don't even do the classes here. This isn't where the disco class. Like what? They're on the shuffleboard.
Yeah.
Like what are you doing?
Well, they didn't. They clearly didn't have the outdoor set this week. So
it must have been raining in Southern California. Or
they
something.
had to, like Alaska. But yeah, this was. They don't have an exercise. They don't have an exercise teacher, so I guess Julie doing it. But I don't know. She's never done it before.
No, she just stop it. Ugh. They just throw different responsibilities on her, like all willy nilly when it's convenient.
Well, and the other thing is too, for Julie to basically be the woman in the first 3 or 4 scenes of this, and then you never go back to it.
Nope.
Which was weird. So she was busy
just
being
gave up.
she was busy being mom in the other storyline.
Oof, that is true. I didn't think about the fact that she just sort of dropped it.
Yeah. That's the problem. They run into this a lot with Steubing. When they have 2 storylines that one of the cast members is in,
Right.
sometimes they'll have different attitudes in the 2 storylines, and it's very confusing. This wasn't a big deal. Steubing gets this a lot where he's like a hard ass in one and
Yeah. We see that. Where he's
light in the other one, but it's like that.
Gold, but
they need to separate those a little better sometimes.
Yeah.
So
Mark and Vicky are sitting together by the pool. A woman, and I'll just say much older than Vicky, but age appropriate for Mark, in a bikini, asked Mark for his autograph, and goodbye, Mark. Goodbye, Mark. Where do you go?
This is the one where Vicky's like pretty blatant or pretty obvious. So.
Yeah, like she was. Yeah, Doc and Gopher try to console Vicky, who's well, at least I still have mixed feelings about the storyline. It still makes
it's. I would say it's all bad till Vicky and Julie have that first scene in Vicky's room. See, I think after that, it kind of gets.
Really, I thought Steubing landed the Vicky plane this week.
I think they both did. I think this was. I have some thoughts on the Julie piece of it, but up until then, Mark was just. If they wanted to get across what they were saying, he should have said, "Thank you so much for the tour. You're a great girl. Maybe I'll see you around," or something like that. And then she pushes it too far, or whatever. Right? Like we've all seen these episodes.
Right. For
him to basically like. God, it almost felt like he was leading her on a little bit, which is
he
just
didn't want to like close the door, which is
yeah. And Vicky's 12. I'm sorry, like if they're
12,
Vicky's 12. Yeah, so yeah, that wasn't great. Yeah,
no. And with that, we go to our first commercial break. Remember last week on the episode we should probably never bring up again. The first commercial break was at 12 minutes, and I could say, this is huge. This is I think it was like 14 and change, much more normal pacing of the episode.
Mike, this is the indication of the difference between this week and last week is I never looked at the timer on this episode. Never worried about how much time I had left. Just never thought about it.
Yeah, I agree. It was an easy watch multiple times for me.
Went down smooth.
Yeah. Oh, we're back from break. We're in Vicky's cabin, and what a mess. She's getting dressed for dinner, rollers in her hair. I'm going to dance around it because so Julie arrives with some clothes for Vicky, and they talk about quote unquote growing pains.
Show me that smile again. No place to love her, living on your crimes.
I was a fan of that show. I thought Alan Thicke rules.
I guarantee you that thing doesn't hold up, but the first few seasons were very good. But
Kearns,
you know what happened?
He'd be immortal. Huh?
When Kurt Cameron turned into Elmo, basically, and they put the whole show around him, it really changed it. But So.
Yeah, I was a Ben.
Oh wow!
Guy, but yeah.
I liked the third guy, not Boner, the other one, the other friend. So
I couldn't believe they got away with saying that.
Boner to bone?
Boner, like on I'm surprised Kirk Cameron went for it. He's a little.
Well, this is probably before.
I think he met his wife on that show, like later on.
Yeah,
Tracy,
yeah,
something.
Some dark hair because it wasn't the blonde hair girl that he did Our Town with. I think that was when I stopped watching. Basically, was after that. So
it was such a poignant performance of Our Town. It was like, you know what, Fiend.
Great theme song though. Great theme song. And listen, Joanna Kearns has given us a gift. Joanna Kearns has given us a gift that has lasted us the whole show.
We're 3 years later. We're still getting. We're still
exactly
Kearnsing. Wouldn't that be great if it became an actual term? Oh.
Are there even credits anymore?
The guy that had jump the shark thing, if that's the vernacular.
If we end up in Urban Dictionary or something.
Oh,
Us and Joanna Kearns. So.
Us and Joanna Kearns. She'd be shocked to know. It's not a dig on Joanna Kearns.
It's not a dig. It's a compliment because we were mad that she wasn't in the credits.
Yeah. It was such an egregious mistake that we named it what is it, a
Kearns, reverse Kearns, and
Kearns?
plot Kearns.
Plot Kearns.
Yeah.
A lot of Kearnsing.
That'll be on the Love Boat Project Wikipedia section.
With the companion printed version. Julie gives Vicky an updo, and this is a lot for dinner. This is a lot for dinner.
Well, I think she's trying to just help out. I mean,
yeah, that'll do it. If you're 12, brush your hair straight up. That'll add 6 years.
First of all, you better get ready for this. Second of all,
I don't even want to. Yeah.
Second of all, I thought this. So it's dicey because, especially coming off of last week and everything, it's like, I'll just say it now. So Julie, I thought, did a good job of having a real conversation. It wasn't, I got worried that it was going to be like the child version of when she was talking to Shelley Hack a couple weeks ago all these, but it was really good advice. Julie was very pragmatic about it. She talked Vicky down a little bit. She didn't try to
selfless.
It really was.
Yeah.
And between this scene and then kind of the other ones that go on, it made me think, if this was, I know I always say if this was a better show, but what I really mean is if this was a modern show that thought about plotting the same way you do today.
Sure.
Is there a world where the last episode of this season would have Julie, maybe there's one more mothering kind of thing before the end of the season, and then she kind of has a self-reflecting moment, and she kind of does a juxtaposition of the beginning of the year and the whole time that she kind of
with it now, sort of,
well, just that, a really good show would say, I'm ready for parenting, I'm ready to be a mom based on all this stuff, and that's what your next season leads. Well, that's another thing. But the point is, if you really wanted to save, quote unquote, Julie's season, you could get there based on what they've done without having to do too much. Give
her just a little redemption.
Well, if you could
tap dancing about it, but just give it reason, give it some sort of it's okay. You had to go down this road instead of this road, but look where look what you did as a result or something.
Now,
you know what I mean?
Now, do I think it's what I would want the Julie character to essentially be the surrogate mother for Vicky? No, of course not. And I really would hope that doesn't lead to anything that we really don't want to see, even for one episode. But it's something, I guess, which is sad. Now, you could also go the reverse way. A good show would do this, where she's like, I didn't want to be a mom. I gave up the man of my dreams, and here I am doing it for my boss. It's like there's a version of that too. I don't think they'll do either, but it's nice to make that show in your head sometimes. So
I don't think they want to make a commitment. It's such a weird. I'm very curious to see beginning of next season how they treat Julie.
Yeah, she has now become.
It's gonna be weird.
She has now become early season 2 Steubing in terms of they don't really have a direction. I'd like to see where they go. I'd like to see where it goes because it could go a lot of places. But I don't think 26-year-old fake mom Julie McCoy is the character either. But they've kept her pretty chaste this season.
Well, plus, and I think that turning 30 then was a much bigger deal.
She's 26.
No, I know. I'm just saying.
No, I know. I got you.
Closing in on that. I wonder if they. Who knows? I don't know. I do miss the old Julie. I think the Chanel thing just.
Yeah, which again is fine if that's what they're doing. But you also, there's no way.
Give her something. Man.
Well, the weird thing is, there's no way we're never going to see Julie classic romance attempt Julie, right? There's no way they're never going to do that. So to have this long lull, much like the Isaac stuff we were talking about, is also very weird.
Overdue. When Ralph Mouth's coming back, I mean, maybe that's smart.
Well, one of the writers of this story, one of the storylines this week, wrote a next season storyline with the ominous title "Julie's Decision." So
okay, so that's what she's leaving the ship for
don't
another job.
I don't know. I'm trying to stay away from like
weird.
next season stuff.
Yeah.
I like to go a little fresh. So
Sorry about that. So welcome to the Coral Dining Room. Uh-oh.
what is going on here?
Inventory time. Flaming swords of meat, little Greek flags and posters that say Greece. Well, shit, Mike, it must be Greek night again in the old Coral Dining Room.
Was that Greek music? I was trying to place it. It didn't seem like Greek music. So.
I don't know what was going on.
Nobody broke a plate. Larry Dallas wasn't there.
And no meat came off the flaming sword. It's like, it's not like a Fogo de Chao or like where we went that one time and ate in, 5 minutes. Nobody's eating that meat. And then I was like, did they literally use the same footage? I don't think that they did.
I don't think so. This felt more flamboyant, like more flash. So
yeah. Enter Peter and Karen. Peter has a sock on the end of his cast. And I can appreciate you keeping those toes covered in a dining room. Mike.
Tom, right?
Tom.
Who's Peter?
Why did the rest of my notes, I refer to him as Peter.
Oh, I've done that before too. So
Peter.
That's going to be confusing.
Yeah, boy. I'll just try to remind myself. Tom has a sock on his cast.
Tom Peter.
And it's funny, and I can appreciate him doing that. Mike, I was in a airport restaurant during a layover recently, and it was a table for two right next to me. Two women, one of them's eating, one's done eating, and she's filing her nails like over her plate. And I don't know what, I've never seen that before in that context, and I was just like,
airport behavior is just, people need to remember you're still in society. Like,
you're throwing nail dust everywhere. Like, what are we doing here? Like, why would
people are eating? In theory,
you're in a restaurant. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a food place. So maybe it wasn't a restaurant, but
yeah. Maybe they weren't going to let her on the plane if she had sharp nails.
Oh, you got it. They only have to be certain. Oh, by the $28 breakfast sandwich. $28 breakfast sandwich.
What was it made of? $27.
It was 2 tens, a 5 and 8 quarters,
and an egg,
everybody loves a runny egg. Woo! It's terrible. Isaac takes a tumble when he trips over Tom's crutch. Hello.
Hey guys.
Isaac, this is going to be fun. Isaac tells him not to worry about it. He's getting used to it. Tom and Karen head to their table, and Isaac says they should put bells on you. Again, funny.
Yeah. They're the crew is like, these idiots. Like the whole time they're just bagging on them. So
Tom tells Karen that they make a great team. Tells her that after dinner, in the interest of passenger safety, they should go back to his cabin. And Karen, like, sort of says yes without saying yes. And I was like, is that a Swedish thing?
Well, he also said right before that, it was something along the lines of, what I'm thinking about is dangerous for you or something like that.
What are you going to do? Like, jeez, what's going on in
Well, he made a good
Peter's room.
He made a good point though. He was like,
smooth.
if you can't, if you don't like it, you can run away. I'll never catch you, which is true. So
go ahead and try.
Unless he's got like chloroform under the pillow, then you're screwed. But yeah,
Peter's a smooth character.
Tom Peter,
smooth as they come. Steubing sees Vicky as she enters the dining room, and he gets up from his seat at the captain's table, like she's glowing in the dark or something. Come on. Number one, okay. Tells her that she looks lovely. Introduces the table to Vicky, who handles it like she's the Duchess of being late for dinner.
Please, everyone sit. Please, everyone sit down. Well, I will say this:
you have an updo. You're late. They're eating dessert. Get out of here.
Couple notes on the table because God knows we focus on it enough. Yes. It's been in the same spot for a few weeks, I think. At least it's kind of like in that lower. It's like at 4 or 5 o'clock right now, so it's kind of. Yes, they did.
Where Steubing was sitting.
Well, they had to flip it because he is talking to two nameless people when this opens up, and then weird. Doc comes down and says, "Hi, Merrill." If you're ever going to actually say captain, say it at the captain's table. So,
yeah, I don't get that either. That was
as fleshed out a captain's table as we've seen in a while. Only half the people were crew.
Big ass long table, not two tables with one tablecloth. I know what you're doing there.
Like a German beer hall. You want one of those tables?
Just late. You should have something, like make it a thing. It shouldn't look like every other table, but two of them. Just garbage. Mark walks up in a terrible tuxedo, Mike. This thing is not. This guy stinks. His tuxedo
because he's been knee deep in ladies all day.
Yeah,
that's why.
That
thing was in
like sweat and opium. Just
that thing was in a closet like 20 minutes ago.
On the floor, crumpled. Yeah. My name's Mark. I used to have a tuxedo jacket on.
This episode is my horn dog nominations on my stubby ballot were looking pretty thin. Everybody is out to get some this week.
There's a lot. We're just getting started.
Is this like Zapped or something? Like it's like an 80s sex comedy.
It really is. It's like who switched this episode with the movie Hard Bodies? What's going on?
There are literally 10 characters without thinking about it that try to get some in this episode, including the 12-year-old.
Right. Mark tells Vicky that he almost didn't recognize her. Good one, Mark. You're full of shit, Mark. You're a villain, sir. Asked her to save him a dance on the Lido deck. Vicky asked to extend her curfew. I kind of had a problem here. And Stubing says yes. And I'm like, what?
He's pretty strict on that curfew.
What do you think the curfew is? What do you think?
They say it later, 10 o'clock.
What are we talking
10 o'clock. They say it later in the episode.
O'clock. So
yeah.
What's an extension? An hour?
4 a.m. New York bar close time.
As long as you're in your room before the sun crosses the sea, he'll give some.
If I don't hear the crickets.
By the third seagull.
By the fourth donut.
No kidding.
As the crawler flies.
He just spins crawlers to make decisions. Vicky sees Mark with another woman, again much older than Vicky. Seems age appropriate. Vicky looks heartbroken. Stubing looks up from his pudding, which shocked me. You're not going to finish that? What do you have there? Rice pudding, sir?
What do I got to be a parent?
Oh, like, damn it. Can I just sneak that last bite in before I got to deal with something? Fun fact, I had rice pudding today. As a matter, first time in a long time. Huge fan of rice pudding.
I don't think I like rice pudding. Also, I don't know if that was a fun. I don't think that was a fun fact.
Yeah, when I think rice pudding, I think nothing but fun. I love rice pudding. Throw some.
I don't know that I do.
There. Go ahead.
I don't know that I do. I think when I was a kid, I had like maybe bad rice pudding. Maybe I'm thinking of bread pudding. I don't know. Maybe I was always just turned off. I think I was always just turned off by pudding as a kid that wasn't yellow pudding. So,
like from the store or at home when you had that like skin on top.
Both.
The
good pudding.
The good. That's. I mean,
Dr. Cosby's pudding.
Take him to. Yeah.
No, that was a terrible Cosby impression.
Cosby. God. I realized it was a terrible idea, and I tried to bring the words back into my mouth, but it didn't work. Oh boy. Nobody's listening. What are we doing? We could just say anything. No, I'm just kidding. Terrible.
I mean, I went to school where he went to school. You can't do that bad impression.
Sorry, Bill C. Vicky decides to call it a night, and it wouldn't be possible for her to hang her head any lower. I don't know if this is method acting. They were like, look sad. Sadder. Her head just got lower and lower. Interesting.
I thought she was really good.
I thought so.
I thought she was really good last week, too. They really had her do a lot of stuff the last couple weeks. The cult episode was terrible, but they really had her do a lot of stuff these last couple of weeks.
Yeah. I mean, she really kind of hit the ground running. I feel like they kind of knew. Apparently, they knew what they were getting because she's. Yeah. Mr. Massey is bookless, and he's in the Pirates Cove. And everybody's smooching tonight, Mike. They must have given out twofers. Everybody's smooching and cavorting, and it's wild.
It's an ecstasy boat.
Just what is going on? This is the
it's Easter. It's friggin' Easter, everyone. Look, good Lord.
down.
Have you heard the good news?
Jeez. Guess who's back? No, none of you care.
No.
None of you care. Mr. Massey asked Doc and Isaac how they deal with this on every cruise. Quote, mental discipline and cold showers.
And pills.
And tranquilizers.
I did.
Guess the number between 1 and 10.
I did like that part of it because that's like something that I could see a horny guy asking that question, you know, in a way that I thought that was interesting. That has not come up very often. That was interesting. So
I'm just glad they didn't throw branding in there because you could have, you know, hey, on the Love Boat, it could have been like, you know what you're getting on the Love Boat. Trademark.
I guess they have a limit of like 3 an episode, but it just infuriates me every time.
I feel like it's like that thing when the you know, that the Sixers games, if they miss 2, you got a free Frosty.
Oh, bricking for chicken and stuff. Yeah,
they're towing the line, maybe bricking for
Well, I feel like it's a matter of time before either they do it dead into the camera or we're going to get like a Princess Cruise Line commercial. Like, I mean, which again, I have no problem with it at all if they just would have started it from some actual thing.
Logic, like so, make it right. I agree, but
and you know what? You know what episode I realized it?
What's that?
Because I'm listening to it now for the stubbies. Is the French couple that were missing for 40 years and all that stuff, right? And they made a whole like news story out of it. That should have been where it came from.
Oh, you know what? That's a great point.
And that's it. That's all you need. Is this. And you do some lame thing where the reporter at the end is like, some people are saying you could call this the Love Boat, and then like Stubing looks at Doc and they wink or something like that,
like
and then
read it or they're reading. Oh, look,
right?
Yeah, no, yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect because then you're towing the line.
That's it. That's all you need.
Giving yourself a nickname, which we all have
problems. Right.
With.
Right.
Because you give yourself a cool nickname.
It'd be great. It would be great if they do it one time in front of either a passenger or like maybe like one of those like ship executives or something like that. And they're just like, what the hell are you talking about? It's called the Princess Cruise Line.
Retraining? Like, do you know what ship you're on?
It's not the Love Boat. What are you talking?
Isn't that a point of pride? As a captain, I'm the captain of blah, blah, blah. Like, why would you even...
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, welcome to the Pacific Princess, you know, where miracles happen every hour. Like,
yeah, it's like being the captain of the... It's like being the captain of the candy line or something. Like it's just like,
what are you doing? That's But
and it's not like every. And again, if you want to sell some version of like, and there's a little bit of magic, and that would explain a lot of this stuff. But like, there are a bunch of storylines where love does not exist.
No,
you know, so
kill the guy on Christmas. We wanted to shoot him.
We're the Love Boat that week.
If it wasn't for those kids singing, jeez, you know. I mean, I don't like it. It's again, it just goes back. You can't give yourself your own nickname and then use it as like your gift. Come on.
Yeah, that's really the main thing. And now everybody except Julie and Vicky have said it.
Yeah.
So
it's dumb. Mr. Massey decides to go see a movie. Uh-oh, Mike. He doesn't know that the movie he's about to go see is called La Passion.
La Passion.
So we'll see what that's like. We're in Tom's cabin with Karen. Tom opens a bottle of champagne. The cork hits Karen on the side of the head.
Speaking of the Jinx episode,
yeah,
we haven't seen a corking like that since Isaac almost killed Julie.
That is true.
Would have been great if they would have busted out one of those skin patches.
Patch again. That would have been sweet. And then I was thinking, I had this thought, like, what do you think this guy does for a living? This accident-prone gentleman. What could he possibly do?
Trying to think, because at first when he was loading up the champagne, the way he was talking, I thought he was a bartender. I am going to say he is a stunt double for the guy in Hardcastle and McCormick.
It's a great guess. Stockbroker? No, I don't know. I have
no idea. He doesn't really allude to anything. No. Yeah.
Peter bends over to look at the wound, and he pours champagne all over her. Peter, damn it. Karen stands up and bumps her head into Tom's face. Tom's face. It's Mad Libs now. they start smooching until there's a knock at the door. Not a lot of smooching time for these two so far.
No, it's got to be hard to like get your base with the crutch and the cast and everything.
And
she's not that tall.
It's Gopher. He has a telegram for Tom. Karen hands it to Tom, and he has collapsed on the bed at this point. And Tom, this is the second time we're seeing this season. Tom, there is a robe on the back of the door. Why don't you change? And
you got it,
Doc. Asking that woman in his room to go put on that Japanese robe on the back.
I can't wait to see you in that kimono.
A special Japanese robe behind my bathroom door. Why don't you put it on?
All this is happening in front of Gopher, by the way. No one cares. Like he's just standing there.
He's still there. Tom reads the telegram. It says that the insurance company denied his claim. I don't think they would telegram a claim status to a shortest ship.
You don't think that the insurance agency that we find out in a couple of seconds here is basically going out of business.
Right,
would take the time.
Minutes. Yeah.
Right. Would take the time to fire off a telegram from California to God knows where to let him know we're not paying it. Like, wouldn't that go to the house?
Of course,
please
go to the house because they're not paying it. They don't care how soon you know they're not paying it. They're just
please forward all my mail to the ship. It's very important.
The Love Boat, like this guy. What are you
Love Boat, care of Gopher.
Stupid. They got this guy. Tom is pissed. He says he'll sue her and her insurance company. Karen, who's not in the robe, who did not do as instructed and put the robe on.
Well, it all happened so fast.
Wrapped in who wraps in how hard is it to put a robe on? Let me just throw a robe on. She said she threw a towel. Like, don't they always say, let me just throw a robe on?
I think she was coming out no robe.
Oh,
and then she heard the yelling.
Robe.
Right.
Check it out.
My Swedish birthday robe.
This is a Swedish birthday robe.
Goal.
That's funny. Swedish birthday robe. That's funny. Mr. Merrill not enjoying the movie. It's all couples and more smooching going on.
Well, I mean, I think he was enjoying it. That was the problem.
Oh, yeah, he just too much. Women biting napkins, breaking plastic spoons in their mouth. They're laying it on thick in La Passionista.
This is basically all it needed was the John Ritter.
Yep. Yeah. He has to get out of there. And we get this sped up Benny Hill cam showing him back in his cabin, and he walks right into the shower.
This is where I kind of felt like, this is where I realized a little more of a comedic presence. Yeah. Not that this guy did anything wrong, but it was just like, it was a little deadpan. I think the other problem was he kept reminding me of a little bit younger version of the Dallas Cowboy, the father who the fiance thought was sleeping with the daughter. Oh, it kind of reminds me of him. So
I didn't even get that. He just kind of just reminded me of just like, thug number 2. Just not he didn't really have any like distinguishing features.
Like just trying to think like a who was Convey's sidekick in the Charlie's Angels? Like he would have been great. Yeah, somebody like that. Wes Anderson, like somebody like that. Just a little bit younger and maybe a little more just prone to the comedy. Just didn't land totally, but it was fine. I mean, it was
a great John Ritter one.
But that was would have been too much. I wonder.
Too much. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to think who would have been good. I don't have anybody off the top of my head. And again, this guy, it was not a fatal flaw.
No.
This is also probably an indication of this season. We've talked about it a lot being the season of the olds. Is I'm looking for somebody that's like 30 years old.
Right.
And we just haven't had anybody in that range this year that was any good. So
because even this Mr. Merrill character doesn't come across that young. I mean, he's got the salt and pepper.
Right. I'm sure he's like 50.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
right.
Yeah,
so yeah.
They'll probably say he's like 46, but he's that dude's 50.
Those women, I guess, actually, you know what though? I was going to say those women.
Weird back then. It's almost like it was better if you were older back then.
Those women, I would say they were relatively age appropriate. Maybe the one was a little young, but for the most part, I think the women were actually pretty age appropriate for that guy. So that wasn't the issue.
Was a big gap in age then a little more appropriate because women were sort of viewed differently?
Well, I don't know if you heard earlier, but the perfect age is 6 to 7 years of a man to be older. That's from Meryl Steubing, sir.
What do I? Well,
yeah, I know you're close.
I'm close.
Close. You're close.
You're not close. All right, back from break. We are poolside. Vicky hides her face behind a book as Mark walks by with a lady. Oh, boy. Doc walks up, sits down the pool deck. In white shorts, Mike? In white shorts, you're going to sit on that wet pool deck?
Yeah, Doc doesn't care.
Like,
you're lucky he's got shorts on.
That's true. That's true. Usually it's just pajama pants only. And then I was thinking, well, they should have, like, their uniform should have, like, if they're in shorts, it should be like a bathing suit. But then I was like, they didn't know what wicking meant in 1980. Like that.
It's just the immediate default to the shorts.
Yeah.
Like, that's the uniform. Like, they spend more time in the shorts than anything, 100%. Would be my guess, which is just a terrible look.
Well, that's why the black pants look so good, because they're not the shorts, and you don't get to see them very often.
They have that, and they have the stupid short dinner jackets. It's like some of these wardrobes are terrible. So
yeah, I'm not a fan of that short jacket. Oh, and then it brought me to my next question, Mike. Why can't Isaac wear shorts as part of his uniform? You're not even going to see him. He's behind the bar.
I mean, you bartended. Would you want to wear shorts behind the bar? That'd be a sticky mess, I would assume.
I mean, you're outside.
Glass.
Yeah, but you got shoes on. It's not like you're, kneeling on the ground. I just think it's a.
I don't think I'd want to have shorts on behind the bar. That would be my.
I think I'm just a shorts guy. I love wearing shorts.
Well, it's your carefree attitude. That's because you're such a hacky sacker.
That is true. Some say it's a devil-may-care attitude.
It's true.
I live life,
Yeah, shorts, Swedish birthday robe. So
maybe flip-flops, maybe not. We'll see what happens. Swedish birthday robe. That's right. Vicky says, Doc, what is it about women that attracts you most? Doc, what attracts me most is a woman's mind.
Yeah.
Nothing gets to me more than a woman's mind.
This is where they turned it correctly, right?
Yeah,
like
this was
right. This was like I said, everything past that first Julie thing, they got it straight away.
Now.
Right,
Absolutely.
Exactly. Yeah.
Doc is doing exactly what he should be doing. It's perfect. And it's funny too.
Right.
But in an innocent sort of way, the way he
exactly. That's why it just makes the first couple scenes so weird.
Yeah,
like
stick out.
It's such a miss.
Did you guys need a reshoot on those? Like what?
Yeah, did anybody think about what you were saying? Did your boy Rex Smith just deliver it wrong? Like, did he ad-lib? Did he go off book?
Something. He just was overwhelmed. I don't know. Vicky says, what about their figures? Doc, all figures are fine. I've always been a brain man myself.
That made me laugh.
It was really funny. He says this, and a woman in a bikini walks up to Doc. Doc stands up between her and him and explains that they're going down to his cabin to play chess.
Yep.
Wonderful. Vicky sees Mark leaving one girl for another. The girl he left is crushed by this. Vicky walks up, tells her that men are fickle. Look at you, wise beyond your years. Mark walks up to Vicky and tells her not to get too much sun and walks away with the new girl. What a douche.
Don't get too much sun, girls. He lumps the other girl in with Vicky, which is the ultimate. That. Yeah, that's why she gets so pissed.
She's like, I might as well be 12.
Right.
Ooh.
And she also says after last night, which makes me think this guy banged her and then just lumped her together with Vicky. So.
And then just got up and just walked away.
On to the next one.
Hey, can you put lotion on my back?
When you're the prince of pop, when you're the prince of pop, like Rex Smith.
Oh, this is how Michael Jackson was doing it. I mean, he is the prince of pop. Can you imagine him? He must have just gone through. Excuse me. Vicky sees Mark. I already said that because I'm distracted by bringing up Michael Jackson in front of both Vicky and the latest girl to get crushed, who's now crying, and she runs away from the pool area. Look at Mark.
Where's your love boat now, Steubing?
Yeah, the cry boat.
Yep.
Julie and Isaac walk over to Vicky. Julie asks if Vicky's all right. Vicky says growing pains. Julie knows what that means.
The
Isaac,
best is ready to begin. Ooh.
Isaac says the lady that left doesn't have any more growing to do. But you, boom.
Long as we got each other.
Vicky, men, you're all alike.
Yeah, that was good too. Again, that was good. They just they did it really well. They really did. They pulled it out of the fire because I was worried early. So.
We are in the Seawind Spa. Slow camera shot of a woman exiting the very dangerous hot tub very slowly. That was a little awkward. She walks up to Mr. Massey, who's now trying to row away his frustrations.
Was that Nordic? Is that Bowflex?
Just so simple and primitive. He gets up from the rowing machine. The woman asks him to dry her back. I said, that's a bit much. That's a little.
Oh, whoa, this chick was ready to go.
Yeah,
I don't know if you heard, Mike. She was in quarantine. She was in Angela.
Lord.
Her name is Angela. I checked. She was in quarantine, Mike.
Oh, 6 weeks.
Yeah.
6 whole weeks of, yeah.
Like 6 weeks in April of 1980 was like
12 weeks now, right? Is that how that works with inflation?
It's like 4 times, I think, at least. So it's 24 weeks.
She says she's been locked away for a long time and she wants to catch up on socializing.
Yeah, she does.
Mr. Massey says 6 weeks. She suggests that they discuss it over orange juice. Mike, they're in the right place. The Seawind Spa, giant glasses of juice. What kind of juice would you like? Orange juice or orange juice? It's 1980.
Whether you're training for the Olympic gymnast competition or your fiance just got diagnosed with a life-debilitating disease, there's never a time that you can't get a big old glass of gigantic orange juice.
Wrong, because we're on a cruise. That's what we do. We do giant glasses.
Yeah. Is it pulpy? Yes. We did not have technology to take the pulp out back then.
It's actually more bitter than sweet, to be totally honest with you. But nevertheless,
yes, it hurts to drink.
Glass of juice. It's not even the oranges aren't fresh per se. Right. But yeah, she says, "Wow, let's play who's court." Jesus, Angela.
Yeah, Angela.
Angela, yeah. He asked her if she would mind signing a form. She could care less about a form. And he excuses himself to go get one of the forms. She tells him to hurry. We get the Benny Hill camera. Finds the form, brings it back.
Yeah, the form thing, I get what they were going for. They didn't really land that plane. Like, you had one person kind of turn their nose up, but not that much.
No.
You know, it was just like this all happened in like 30 seconds. The form thing was they could have gotten to the same place without the physical form. It should have been something else. So
well, if he goes back to his place, he's got the form there.
Exactly. Why don't you put it in your breast pocket if you're that worried about it?
Or put it in that stupid book you carry around, except when you go to the spa. He finds the form. We see him entering the spa again. Angela is gone.
Yeah.
Smooching in the sometimes deadly hot tub with somebody else. It was the guy that was eyeing her up. The balding man that was eyeing her up as
good spot. Good spot. Boy, right back in the hot tub. That is
a mermaid of sorts.
Yeah,
she said, "My place." Are you like? What do you? How far do you plan on going? That's a public hot tub, man.
I mean, I think her place is the hot tub. I think she was gonna bang that dude in the hot tub.
Jesus, where do you sleep? I sleep amongst. Yeah.
Listen. Angela's on the ballot, but so are like 9 other people on this episode.
Yeah, Who knew that this category would be so stacked?
Yeah, this is like when you ever look back, it's like, oh, Godfather 2, 400 nominations. It's like this episode's got all the Horn Dog nominations.
Gopher talks to Karen about the issue with Tom. She says that she really liked him and thought it was mutual. Karen says that he was counting on that money to pay for the trip.
Which I learned by him yelling at me about it. So. Right.
Which is a weird... She can't convince him that it wasn't her fault. But then I'm like, well, what wasn't your fault? The accident or the insurance company not paying the claim?
The second part, because I think he says whatever you told them is what caused that.
Possibly told insurance company to, like.
I mean, I would assume either insurance adjusters are looking into both their histories and nobody should get any money, or this shady company, which is clearly shady, just lied and then got caught on it somehow. So.
Or Karen was drunk and they found that out while she was gone. They're like,
drunk on Swedish.
Yeah.
I don't know what's a Swedish
drink?
Nerm de fleurs.
A lot of elderberry type things, I would imagine.
Melted snow, melted alpine snow.
100 proof snow.
Delicious.
Vicky goes to talk to Steubing about. Julie goes to talk to Steubing about Vicky. Julie says it's her first big crush. She needs some guidance. She offers to talk to Vicky. Steubing says, no, thank you. And he'll handle that. Love it. I love this right here.
Love that Julie noticed it enough to go say it. Loved Steubing's reaction,
yes.
And to take it because he's right. This is a chance for both of them. We're both parents. There's definitely stuff you don't want to do the first couple times, but you gotta figure out how it works.
That's right. But good for him knowing that this is what you need to do.
This is the thing. Right, exactly. And it's funny. I can't decide if I think this episode should have come before last week or not.
Last week should have just never happened.
Well, that I agree with. But it's like, should this have been a few weeks ago and then they have a better version of the custody thing and they don't have the crazy hijinks and then you have some evidence that they have a system that kind of works.
I do agree, and I'll take it a step further. Like, this is clearly like a building block to that parental, relationship and how to like navigate these things. I would have punted that custody thing to like end of next year or something. That'd have been a cliffhanger or something. Like, what's going on?
Oh, interesting. That would have been a good cliffhanger. That's a good point. That would
wasted it.
Would have been a good cliffhanger.
To do it at the end of this one. Give it a season 4 cliffhanger. Is she going to be back? I don't know. And that's how it ends. Is like,
Oh my God, that would have been a really good cliffhanger.
Oh, I don't know.
Are we ever going to get a cliffhanger? The show's not built for it, but they could do it.
I mean, you could. I don't know. I think it would work.
Well, I really wish they had done a cliffhanger now.
It's too easy, man. It's too easy. And then you build that foundation for, they're a parent. Yeah, is it a normal sort of thing? No, but she's, getting all this advice and blah, 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 blah. Could have been a clip show.
At the end of the scene when Julie like gives Steubing a smooch on the cheek and says, make sure you start by telling her that she's got a good dad and everything. And then Julie does the thing that she's done a few times this season that I think is just hilarious. She's obviously having a personal conversation with a person she knows and works with, right?
Right.
But at the end of it, she says, bye-bye. She just gives like the crew. She gives the crew bye-bye. She bye-byed somebody a couple weeks ago. Same deal. It's hilarious. She can't help herself.
It works into like normal conversations. Bye-bye. She can't help it. She's that's how she got the job. She delivers a great bye-bye.
She does. Bad hellos, but great bye-byes.
We go to our third commercial break. We're back. Mr. Massey's in the Pirates Cove, and he's not reading or rowing. Good for him. Asks a woman to go back to his cabin with him. He's sharing like a booth with her.
He's like, no more chit chat. Let's go.
Yeah, let's screw this. Says that he has something for her to sign, and she says the check.
Yeah, that was funny.
That was good. And he hands her the form, and she just looks appalled. Turns around and get a pen out of his jacket, and she's gone.
You had to have somebody, be offended by this.
Yeah,
this was
because it sets the
honestly
too.
It's funny, as worried as I was early that this was going to be like women bashing and stuff. They didn't do any of that. I actually could have gotten a little bit more of a pushback than they did. So they actually were very.
I feel like they should have gotten more pushback.
A little bit. I agree. Yeah.
Tom walks into the Cove, orders a double bourbon with a cyanide chaser. All right. Isaac says, I don't know how to make that. No. Tom explains to Isaac, now in his Disco Al uniform, tells him that he screwed up. I love a conversation with Isaac that's a bartender patron let me
Oh,
discuss.
the-
Boy, I love the dynamic of that in the show.
it might be the best thing they actually do.
100%.
I can't think of one that was bad, honestly.
No, it just works. It works. Something about, I think that they cast the right guy for Isaac, and he just works.
And he always, and again, it's like whoever played Tom, don't know who he is.
Nah, it
whatever.
Doesn't matter.
But Isaac has also done this with big acting people too. It's like, well, no, that's not who I was thinking of immediately.
Sure.
But, yeah, Rosie Greer is who I think of when we go to the highest cap. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Like, I'm kind of going to like good actors. Yeah. So, yeah.
Tom asks how Karen could forgive him. Isaac has a thought. He tells him to go find her and tell her that you're sorry. Hello, Captain Obvious. What are we doing here? Go hobble your way around the thing and go apologize. Tom said she wouldn't listen to him. And we actually see Isaac pouring a drink for the first time.
Why? Like,
that's weird.
Well, you've known her for 15 minutes, right? You screwed up. You know her well enough that she's not going to listen. No, you're a scared dude. Just like forget it. Like, you don't want to get rejected. Like, what do you have to lose? What do you have to lose on this boat? Nothing.
There's nothing. But why even go back to that? I don't want to deal with that. She's super accident prone. Why do I want to deal with
because
her?
He liked her. Like, I don't know if you know this, but this is the love boat.
Oh, it's not the like boat.
It's not the like boat. It's not the what could have been boat.
It's
right.
Not the,
right. It's not the we were going to have sex, but then my insurance agency sent a telegram and I got pissed at you and yelled and you left boat.
And Gopher's still standing there boat. Yeah. Makes sense. Steubing knocks on Vicky's door. He's going to talk. He wants to talk to her about the Mark situation.
Parenting.
Quote, I'd like it if you included me in what's going on in your life. This is what Steubing says to Vicky. I like that he said that. Vicky says that somebody his age couldn't understand. Yuck, 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 yuck. How old Steubing right now?
Well,
She's 12.
I wasn't born this. I wasn't born this age. So.
Just, how old is he? Would you say? I know we may have talked about it before. Would you guess Steubing is?
We cooked him 10 years older than Gavin McLeod, so he is 58, 59 at this point. So the character. So
yeah. Steubing tells Vicky that the Mark situation reminds him of his first crush at age 12. The girl was 24. Again, same age difference. That's weird. 6th grade teacher. She was just being nice, quote unquote, like Mark, and I misunderstood. This is a little weird to me here, like the misunderstood. And so Mark was just, because I felt like Mark wasn't just being nice. Like Mark was hedging his bets. Well, right.
This is the problem is that all makes sense if they had done the first part right.
Well, if they were both 12.
It's not well, it's not
not 12. Right. They didn't start this way.
But the point is, if Mark had said to Vicky at the end of the tour, thanks so much for the tour, you're really nice. Hey, if you're going up in the pool, maybe I'll be up there.
Right.
That's it.
That's it.
And then she takes it wrong. That's it. The problem was his first 3 interactions with her felt lewd.
Yeah, I agree. He wasn't just trying to be nice. And if that's what he thought, then the basis for this conversation is really flawed, but it is what it is. He says the important thing is that you keep liking yourself just the way you are right now. I thought that was a nice way to handle it. And I wrote down.
Don't go changing to try and please me.
I say good for you, Meryl. All right, we're back. Back in the Pirates Cove, Tom's sitting at a table alone. Isaac standing with Gopher at the bar. Gopher leaves to go get Karen. Isaac hides Tom's crutches to keep him from leaving the cove.
Hilarious.
Now it is the moment that you've all been waiting for. Julie introduces Mark Redding to the Acapulco Lounge.
Julie with the absolute half ad, like, so Julie literally says, Ladies and gentlemen, a special treat, which made me think he wasn't, booked. Mark Redding. That's it. She spent
That's it.
40 minutes talking about Donny Osmond.
Yeah, she it was weird. But I see you walking down the street.
I remember
Everything about you. Oh, so sweet, warm and tender.
Warm and tender. Ooh, can't stop loving you. It's all I
want
ever
to do with you.
When
I see the sunlight in your hair, the moonlight in your eyes, suddenly, I know how much you really care. I realize, ooh, I can't stop loving
you. It's all I want to do every time I see you. Hit it, Johnny.
And then we get this, the lip sync styling sax solo that was very aggressive.
It is.
The drummer was playing after the song was over. I was like, come on.
That saxophone.
Redding here. Come on.
That saxophone is like out of Huey Lewis in the News or something. That thing is
San Diego snippet or something. It's just a weird.
I liked it. I liked it. I will say
that.
I will say this. I don't know what I'm going to do. That category is weird this year, but it was the catchiest song of the season. I think it was the best. Just if you just threw all those songs that we've heard this year on the radio with no context, you could see that being a song.
Charo, or is it?
Especially
we split it up by best cover or best original.
No. Listen, I am leaning towards Slim Pickens and the Turkey and the Straw at this point. So
yeah, the soundtrack for season 3 is
not great.
No, I mean we're not done yet. Who knows? Maybe the last episode is a 90-minute musical episode. Who knows?
Oh, that'd be great. Hey, listen, it was a pleasant surprise. I wasn't expecting to hear a song. So
it's amazing that this guy can sing as well as he sings, and he also is able to handle a motorcycle that goes 300 miles an hour in about 5 years. That is quite a skill set.
Every time I see you and accidentally run you over on the street.
He has to pay such close attention going 300. He can't even sing to himself.
Do you just know how many pedestrians would have died in that city, at the hands of Street Hawk?
There's bugs. Your whole visor would just be with just everything you ran into. You think that bird exploded when Randy Johnson hit it? Imagine hitting a bird at 300.
I got to see Street Hawk. Can we justify doing Street Hawk this early? If we find it, can we do it?
I mean,
I kind of want to find it.
Oh,
I got to see this thing.
It'll be hard to find because it's great.
I'll find Street Hawk. We'll do it, but I'm gonna sing every time I see you in the background the whole time. So warm and tender.
Oof, you'd have to sing it over the roar of Street Hawk.
The death of countless civilians.
Mark Redding. Mr. Massey is scared off another woman with his form. He sits at the bar. The woman next to him asks if he's into dancing. He said there's no point because he'll just have to bring up the form and then she'll split. She says, not necessarily. Whoa. He says, you'll sign it? She says, yeah, why not? Everything's so easy on this boat. It's ridiculous. Everybody's like, yeah, sure, why not? It's good.
Well, I guess because the Lee Marvin thing is so prevalent, are these forms maybe more of a thing than we would realize? Or is the fact that the way the episode ends, it also makes sense that she wouldn't be new to the forms.
Well,
so
we didn't. Yeah, but at this point,
I agree. I agree.
They were going to flip this on its head. Come on.
I think it would have been funny if Angela would have tried to sign a sopping wet form in the hot tub. That's a missed opportunity.
Waterproof pencils and everything else. Yeah, that would have been funny.
She's just on top. She's on top of what's his name?
Guy,
Your boy, yeah. Mark. Your boy, Mark.
I didn't think about that. Steubing is dancing with Vicky. I'm sorry. Mr. Massey and the woman stand up and he asks if they can skip the dancing and go right to the moonlight.
Yeah.
He's on board, but he leaves the form at the bar. This guy.
Oh no.
You had
Now
one job, dude.
now
The
some
form.
now some other guy is gonna have a woman sign that form.
Well, he's just walking around with a pen, just pen only, like a dummy with nothing to use it on.
He was just happy to see her.
Stubing's dancing with Vicky. Well, I wonder if Isaac found that form, would he just toss it out, or what do you do?
Yeah, it would just look like trash.
Yeah, I would just toss it out. No more form.
Yeah, I don't think that was like a embossed, notarized.
It's
like,
all squeezed. It's got a wax seal on it. Sure. Oh, also, what does this guy do for a living to have all this money? Is he an
lawyer?
Actor? Like
lawyer.
That's crazy money.
I think he's a Los Angeles lawyer.
Okay, makes sense. Stubing's dancing with Vicky. They leave the dance floor, and here comes old Mark. Stubing tells him that he enjoyed his performance. And I wrote, really? But then I'm like, Stubing loves the art.
I really enjoyed your show, Mark.
I wish it was ballet, but that's fine. That's fine.
Did you notice the canned applause at the end of Mark's thing?
Well, canned applause, that's sort of
trailed off.
Kind of over-mixed.
Right.
They mixed it into the song.
That's the first time we've seen this, but that is a very common version of. I've seen that a lot.
I've seen a lot too. They juice up the applause.
Yeah, I don't like that, but that just yeah, like that was actually you could have just rolled out. Mark was done, so don't play Mark off.
Is it in the spirit of like laugh track sort of thing to sort of maybe like? But I don't know. It doesn't add like a period at the end of the sentence. You know what I mean for that musical performance,
right? Because like we talked about if they don't actually end the song, we think it just goes on forever.
Well, that's it. Nobody ever ends a song,
right?
It's just everything's a reprise. Like 2 days later, and be like, nah,
that's the cold open of the pilot episode of Street Hawk is just him finishing the song.
Finish that. Ooh,
yeah.
Ooh.
Can you imagine if it's playing on the motorcycle radio?
Or that's the thing, like in Iron Eagle, remember? And he's like, "Let me do it my way, chappie." You know, when he puts on his music, this is what he puts on for Street Hawk. You
can't stop loving. He's just wasting street thugs.
Just bugs all over, just going.
Just street hawking everybody.
Straight street hawking, looking for criminals and stuff.
Oh God.
Mark asked Vicky if she'd like to show him some new steps. Vicky says, "Sorry, I promised the next dance to Doc." Bam.
Sorry, I'm 12.
Yeah, that's inappropriate. Tom's still in the Pirates Cove. He's looking for his crutches. Enter Karen with Gopher. She asks if Tom's okay. Gopher told Karen that Tom was in an accident.
Had a head injury. These two idiots.
Isaac tells Tom he doesn't get his crutches back until he works it out with Karen. Tom laughs and grabs Karen's hand. Tom's just like, like a crazy man who can't pay for his own cruise. I don't know what's going on here.
Well, the best part
off on drinks. He's got no money.
Isaac said he would buy him a drink. The best part is Isaac says, I forget how he gets there, but he's like, "You're about to have another accident of the heart," or something like that.
I love the hesitation and then the payoff.
Yeah, he was really good in that scene.
So after Tom grabs Karen's hand, Isaac quickly, this made me laugh too, he quickly removes all the glassware from the table, which just kind of made me giggle. It was well done. Tom apologizes. They agree to never talk about the accident again. They've known each other for maybe 12 hours.
I mean, they're going to have to talk about it at some point, assuming he's going to refile.
I mean, yeah, I don't think that's going to go away.
He should have checked under his bed. Maybe there would have been like $2,000 he could have paid for it with.
Maybe there's another telegram. Oops. Please disregard previous telegram. Or he's got one of those broken legs that just never heals, like Bob Orton's arm. He just is always reminded of Karen and her accident prone.
I also wanted to ask about that. So that was a car accident. His right leg was injured. So that's not the driver's side leg.
He must have been passenger. I don't know how you would. He flipped it. Like, I don't know.
Well, it was kind of the thing we talked about with the one-arm doctor.
Yeah.
It's like it was his right arm. So I don't know. Interesting.
Tom, maybe he's just doing this because he needs a driver at this point. How's he going to get around?
Oh,
Came
yeah,
out of himself.
man. Talk about irony, man.
I had a cast on, and it was on my left leg, so I could still
Get driven around by Swedish people.
Well, yeah. So it didn't really affect that, but yeah. But that's a different story for a different episode. Tom apologizes. Okay, it looks like Tom swallowed Karen's earring now. Wah, wah. Oh boy,
These kids can't get out of their own way.
Mr. Massey and his newfound lady are dancing in his cabin. Things start to escalate. Mr. Massey decides not to use the form, and we go to our final.
We lost it, right? Because he left it. He realized he left it at but he realized it, and then he was like, "Screw it," right? Which again, you could have been in the hot tub with Angela if you had just had that attitude, sir.
You need to invent a time machine, sir. What are you doing?
Hot tub time machine.
Yeah, but there you go. Tom and Karen are leaving the ship together. Isaac and Julie make predictions. Julie says marriage. Julie wonders if they'll have children. Isaac predicts that they will, whether they want to or not. I thought that was funny.
Very good. Very funny.
Mr. Massey and his new lady are leaving the ship together. He's making a lot of plans.
Santa Barbara.
That's a big plan there.
Yeah, for a week.
Stops him and asks him to sign a piece of paper, just like Mr. Massey.
Oh my God. Women can do the same thing as men.
That's crazy. Man eater. What's going on with this lady? We don't even talk about that. Jeez.
She rips her mask off and she's Lee Marvin. I'm here for revenge.
One way or another. Vicky and the captain say goodbye to Mark. Vicky says to Steubing, "There goes the first man in my life." Steubing tells her there'll be another. Vicky tells him she already has one. Steubing asks who, and Vicky gives him a hug. End of episode. Whew.
Pretty good. Totals in a recap. Best episode, we're sitting with the Cowboys two-parter. Worst episode, there's like 50. Go back and listen to our last 2 months worth of episodes. We'll talk about that in a few weeks. This episode should not have worked. It was no stars in it. The storylines were all like
it shouldn't have
very
worked.
tenuously right. It was just like but I really liked it. And it's not great. It wasn't, the greatest acting of all time. It wasn't the greatest writing of all time, but it was just like, I enjoyed watching it. It went down smooth. Mm-hmm. It made me laugh. I really liked the accident storyline. I really liked the performances in the Julie and Steubing and Vicky piece of it. And the third thing was fine. It was harmless. And, that was fine. Like there were some good parts in that, got a song out of it. I think this is one of those ones where in the course of a season, if we were in a run of good episodes, you would have been like, it was fine.
Well, on paper, this shouldn't have been a good episode.
No, not at all. Not at all. Yeah. So
I'd put it in the top half. I think it belongs in the top half more than it doesn't. I top 25%, would you say?
I mean, without really thinking about it, might be the top third. We've kind of talked about this where it's like, if you take the two-parters out, there's a few, and again, as we're kind of going through them, I'll remember some stuff more, but I think that's also part of by saying that there's nothing that sticks out also is an indication that nothing sticks out, right? So
it could be good or it could be bad, just depending on, right.
Like I think we've talked about it, like the Steubing's brother one was really good.
Yeah.
The Steve Bryan one was really good.
Steve Bryan one was good.
The Gopher. Well, it's funny though. The Gopher mom one was bad.
Oh, that's
right. The thing, right?
That was the storyline, but the overall,
right.
You're right.
The Spider Serenade was really good.
Yeah,
but I couldn't tell you what the other stuff was in that episode. So it's like this. We're at the point now where it's just like I'm very happy that it's a good episode. It made me enjoy it, and I won't ever think about it again. But good job. And I'm not kidding. A lot of stubby nominees are going to come out of this randomly. So
I agree.
So
and it's funny too, because I wonder the timing of this episode coming off of what we dealt with last episode. I wonder if that makes it seem I don't think it magnifies it. I don't think it's a false sense of like, I really enjoyed this episode because it's not last episode. Because I think this episode stands up. And I do agree. I would say top third. I mean, top 10 maybe.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
I
And
really
it's,
think about it,
that's the thing. Like you kind of lose track of, that's what we're doing now, is to kind of try and, capture what the season was, but it's okay to, it's exactly. And you know what, I think we talked about this at the end of last season. It's like, if you have more goods than bad, it's probably a good season. And I don't know that we have. So it's nice to add to the pile here at the end. And I'm excited about the final 2 episodes. So maybe we have another three game winning streak to end the season like we did last year. So
and I like the fact that we get something like this now, because it really makes the re-listen that we're currently doing now for the Stubbies. I think the Stubbies are going to be really interesting this year.
Oh, it's wide open.
We kind of know what it is more.
Yeah.
Right. But it's also, there's a lot of material this year and a lot of standout performances. So,
see, I'm looking at it the other way. I'm almost looking at it the other way, is it's so wide open because there weren't, except for the olds.
I mean, right. Exactly.
They're just, there's no Billy Crystal, right? There's no like stuff like, there's no Dan Carroll. Right. And so it's like, I'll be curious to see where we land, because I'm not going to be coming in. I'm not going to be coming in like locked into 5 or 6 of these like I did last year,
No. And plus, it's just different. And it's just different. You can see the spikes in this season for the people that you pick as a nominee. It's almost, there's different levels. Like this year, the non-olds are sort of, it's just interesting.
Yeah. And I like, and this is why we do the awards for the most part, is that we can have like a snapshot of the season.
Well, yeah, we got to wrap it up, and
it's going to be pretty important.
Yeah. No, I agree. I look forward to the Stubbies, and it's funny, the more we do it, the more I look forward to it each year. I mean, it's going to be a whole vlog by the time we're done.
Captain of the week.
I'm can't believe I'm going to say this, but I'm going to say it's sort of a mix of Steubing, Julie, and the way that they handled.
Yeah,
I have to include Julie in it because it wouldn't be fair.
Julie was great.
They really handled.
Julie was great.
Vicky perfectly.
Yeah, that was great, and I'll be curious to see how often they hit that and how consistent it is.
You're going to have to. In the absence of any other family members, they're going to have to have those moments, I would think.
Yeah.
I love those in the 80s on TV shows. One to Grow On, all that stuff.
Yes, especially because they don't bring Marion Ross in until the very end. So unless there's some Steubing girlfriend that we don't know about, can't imagine you'd have a lot of one-off episode mother figures, so
it just complicates everything. But maybe that's a good thing. So they have to actually use your noggin to really involve Steubing in a love interest type.
Well, the last one we saw, he didn't even introduce Vicky. So
Vicky who?
I agree with your choices. I'm also going to go with, surprising, the Tom and Karen pairing. I just really enjoyed that. Like I said, that is not the kind of storyline I like. Just a lot of pratfalls and the same joke over and over again. But they were both really good. That guy was really good. Brett Eklund was really good. The Isaac interactions were really good. I was not expecting to like that storyline as much as I did either.
It was good. It was good. And I think it was outside of the box in the sense that it was just a bit different. I just like the way they approach it. And I agree.
Yep.
I agree.
Worst of the week, walk the plank.
This is a tough one because the easy answer for me to be like, Mark, you suck, Mark, blah, 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 blah. But I don't necessarily, Mark's what the frog and the scorpion kind of thing. He is what he is, right? It's not.
It's a warm and tender.
And I mean, after the song, I can't be mad at him. I struggle with the walk the plank this week. I don't really.
Yeah. It's not easy. It's not easy at all.
If I had to pick somebody, it would be Mark. Because I feel like he was being inappropriate with Vicky.
Yeah.
But I don't know if anybody else hits that same mark for me this episode. I like that.
I mean, character-wise, I totally agree with you. I think my criticism would be why they missed the first 2 scenes writing-wise.
Right.
of it, because if you just fix that, I mean, that's a top storyline.
Yeah,
if you do that, because it just put you on the back foot immediately.
Yes.
But once you got past those couple scenes, everything was great.
Because it was just creepy. Yeah.
And then character wise, I mean, like I said, I didn't think Mr. Massey was great, but he didn't take things away. I just thought it could have been a better casting. But all the women were great. You know, it was like, so we've had a couple of these where it's like, it's not the best episode, but there's nothing really bad. And that definitely was that this week. So, which is nice.
In terms of, King of the Hill, how many episodes do we struggle to find a walk the plank?
Yeah.
Right.
No,
that says a lot about the strength of the episode, I think.
Right. I agree. And like I said, it's not the greatest episode of all time, but that's okay. So that's Tittles and a recap for this week.
Plugs, new promo coming. Another Philadelphia Phillies season is here, which means hope, excitement, and the occasional bullpen-induced emotional crisis. Join Chris Jones, Justin Clue, and our very own Mike Robertson for a weekly Phillies happy hour. Check out Absolutely Hammered on the hitting season Patreon. Go Phils. You can find us everywhere you find your audio podcast. Please hit that subscribe button and leave a review. Really helps. You can also check out our video podcast on YouTube. Again, if you hit that subscribe and leave us a review. You can find us on Instagram and Facebook. Look for weekly reels and updates. Check the old mailbag. No mail this week, Mike. You reach out to us. Ask us a question. Give us a comment. Give us some feedback. Email us.
Sign our form.
Sign our form. Yeah, exactly.
Send me a letter telling me that my insurance got canceled.
Yeah, just send. Yeah, exactly. Well, now I'm wondering, is it the Loveboat Project at gmail.com? Reach out to us. I did look ahead, Mike.
Very exciting.
We talked about one of the guest stars for our German fans. We get David Hasselhoff.
Early Hoff. This might be soap opera Hoff.
Young and a Restless Hoff, right?
Yeah.
This is we also get Ann B. Davis.
Oh no, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, and her only appearance on the Love Boat. Where does that? So Eve
5.
Plum,
That's 5.
Marsha. That's 5.
Yeah.
How many more do we get?
Greg definitely. Greg definitely. I don't. After that, I'm not sure. Maybe the second. Cindy. I don't know. I feel like the one kid never shows up. I'll say Greg's. I'm actually surprised we got.
He's a lock for this.
Yeah, I'm surprised we got Ann B. Davis before we got Greg's. That's fun. We got a lot of Brady's here at the back end.
Yeah. So that'll be fun. I'm a big Ann B. Davis fan. So that's coming up next.
I also believe the big guy is on next week.
Who's that?
Gordon Jump.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I think so. If I read the right one, I think so.
I hope so. So yeah, this is going into the end of the season. We have 2 episodes left of season 3. So we are coming to a close this season. Looking forward to the next season and the many bonus episodes to include possibly Street Hawk. We'll see.
I mean, if we can find it, I'm not going to lie. If we can find it, we might watch it. No.
It might be fun.
I am curious.
Anything before we wrap this thing up, Mike?
No. Like, I'm sure this is a sentiment I said at the end of last season, but it is nice after, I mean, the fact I had to come up with a gimmick last week to see how bad scenes were, scene by scene. It's nice to watch something that I never looked at the clock and just went down, enjoyable, just a nice 48 minutes of television. Because, we still have a lot of these left. We're only 3 seasons done. So not even.
It is nice. It is nice when it's like, okay, I get why this was a popular show. I get, it hit all the marks for me,
Well, and especially, and I feel like we've had I'm sure I could come up with a couple more like this, but it's like for such a low star power episode to be this good also is nice, because just because there's big stars on it doesn't mean it's good. And just because there's not doesn't mean it's bad. And that's good for our purposes too. Because at some point I'd like to kind of figure out what we think a good episode is ahead of time. Like we never know. I don't think I thought this was going to be good, so
like I said, we said on paper, this was not, I was like, oh boy. And in the beginning couple scenes, but
maybe next season,
it was good.
We should do. next season,
Yeah.
me and you
Hmm.
should go through the synopsis, right, of all the episodes.
Oh, and
You want to
go-
put guest stars, you want to look at the rating, and just
Yeah.
say good, bad, and we'll just see. And we'll just compare it at the end of the season,
I
see where
like
we
that
landed.
idea. That's
So
a fine idea.
there's really no way to know. There's no way to know.
No, because
So-
I really thought we were heading for a car crash this week.
Oh,
We
yeah.
didn't.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Mike. And we will see you next time on episode 75 of the Love Boat Project. Thanks for joining.
Hi, everyone. It's Fred Grandy.
And I'm Ted Land.
And I'm Jill Whelan.
And you may remember us from your favorite TV show, The Love Boat.
And now we're back together and ready to embark on a brand new adventure.
Each week on the Love Boat podcast, exciting and new, we'll be joined by old friends, favorite guest stars, and more to share stories from our time aboard the Love Boat.
And let's be honest, anything that pops up into our heads.
We have too many stories to tell.
We've had so many amazing guest stars on the Love Boat, people who became lifelong friends.
And so, we got together with some to laugh, to reminisce, and to swap stories about life on set and the bonds that still bring us together decades later.
Friends like Loretta Swit and Jamie Farr, Cynthia Lauren Tweez, Morgan Fairchild, Jimmy Walker, and more.
We can't wait to welcome you aboard.
Listen to the Love Boat podcast every Saturday wherever you get your podcasts.